Alright, so just doing an update video. As you can see, our dwarf nectarine is blooming. It's got beautiful pink blooms on it. And beside it, if you can see that, the pink flowering currants, oh I hate this thing, there we go. The pink flowering currants are also just getting ready to pop out and bloom. These down here are tulips. And my crazy experiment of trying 10-year-old seed to see if it was viable. A second here. So, if you're wondering, why on earth would you plant zucchini at this time of year, beginning of March, when it's still negative temperatures? I just had this package of seed from 2012, and I thought, well, I wonder if it's still viable. And it was zucchini seeds. So I planted them foolishly, thinking maybe one or two will come up. Every single one of them did. I'm going to just take off the cover here. There they are, all packed in there. I've got to transplant them out individually. And then I thought, well, you know, I'm not going to keep them in the house like this. This is crazy. I don't have room for all these plants. So I'm going to bring them out to the greenhouse and cover them with an extra layer, and they either make it or they don't. And they've actually grown their second set of leaves all, well, in the greenhouse, mostly unheated. It's just the geothermal going right now, and an extra layer. I planted two of them out into the actual beds. So, totally experiment. Hey, we all like to do crazy gardening things, don't we? That's half the fun of having a greenhouse. This whole greenhouse is experiment. The whole pathway is basically compost pile all the way around for even heat, just a low grade. I'm not putting really high amounts of nitrogen and stuff in it, but this week I'm going to actually put some extra nitrogen in it by just dumping some liquid made from chicken manure and water onto the path and seeing how much more heat I can get out of it, just because I'm getting ready to plant some things. So here's my zucchini. I was going to show you back to that. In the greenhouse, there it is. In the bed with just this extra, I love to use recycled stuff. Hey, free is good. We're cheap farmers, aren't we? So, it's just from the top of a cake. I hate plastic, but if you got it, might as well use it, right? So, as you can see, I have got to pick that today because it's just unbelievable how much I've got. Tons of parsley, sorry, I have to specify what that is. Parsley, and my lovely pink icing has started to gain its color. It was very light green last time, and now it's just in a pot, and it's a zone 6. But it's been in here. Beside it is a butternut tree. I didn't mention that last time. It hasn't come out of dormancy because it wasn't actually in the greenhouse all year. I had it in my freezing cold barn. Now it does get a bit of compost heat because we do deep bedding system to keep it. But I didn't want it to leaf out too early because I'm actually going to plant it by our creek. So that's going to go in. And let's see what else have we got going here. Well, I want to show you the scapes. Oh, here's another zucchini. Again, doing okay. I don't want too much zucchini. They're going to be huge in here, but I figure, what the heck? We'll try it. What's going to go wrong, right? I mean, you're going to lose a few free seeds that I never thought would make it in the first place. So what I did want to show you is this here. Okay, so this here is garlic. Okay, so this little tray here, they're just coming up. I don't know if you can see them. I don't know if I zoom in here. It's not wanting to zoom. There we go. See? Okay, so they're up. They're little garlic. Okay, so this garlic is not from cloves. It's from the top of the scapes. And the thing I wanted to say, now I did do a short video, but it was really blurry. I don't know if I'm even going to post it, but earlier in the fall, I cut the scapes off in this, well, I don't know, late spring, just like everybody else's, early summer, right away. And I kept about 4 of them. I just put them in a vase, no water, just dry. And I thought, They're totally immature. I wonder how far they will mature on their own. I left the long scape and they completely matured and went to full seed. And this early spring I planted them and they're all coming up. So I wanted to share that with you because, hey, don't we all love free seeds? That's awesome, right? But you know you have to cut those scapes off or you're not going to get any decent garlic. And of course, usually I just eat them all. They're so delicious, the scapes. But I thought, well, you know, this is a variety I really like. So I want to try and get some extra. So that's a really great way to get extra. And, you know, you wonder, where does it get the energy to turn just from that little stalk? That's all it had to use. There was no water or anything else, but it did. It totally pulled all the energy out of that little scape and produced seed, and now it's going to grow whole new plants. Now, of course, it'll be a year behind, but hey, free seed. So it does work. I mean, I've always heard of cutting them before, but I never even contemplated the fact that it would still produce seed as well. So you're getting a bonus. You're getting your seed and you're getting your big garlic bulb. So win-win. Anyway, that's it for this week, which is the second week of March 2022. It's just about freezing outside right now. I'll just give you a shot. It's still lots of snow out there. My cat is meowing, it wants in. You can see our biochar heap here. So we have a wood stove, and of course, because we have a huge forest, this is all our land, and we have to clear to prevent the dead wood away anyway, to prevent forest fires, because we're in an area of high forest fire. So we get our heat for free. Basically, we have this wood stove in there. It was free. Just got it from our father-in-law. So here is, we clear out the charcoal, and it's just ash and charcoal mixed. We'll be adding sifting it out and adding the charcoal and some of the ash as well to the compost pile in the spring. And here's a barn clean out that I've had put right by my greenhouse because I like everything nice and close. This down here is chicken manure, which is hotter. And underneath that tarp is chips. So I like to have everything right by my greenhouse. And in front of the greenhouse is some garden bed. Close at hand. That's what I like, because why wheelbarrow it for 100 miles when you can just get the tractor to dump it in the pile you're going to use. And right here I am starting some plum and some apple that I had to trim off anyway, and to give bottom heat I produced just a little mini compost pile just to produce a bit of bottom heat. So it's I've heard bottom heat is good for starting cuttings. I've never done them before, so this is a new thing for me. I have stuck some into the greenhouse bed. I don't know if you've noticed in previous videos. I'll show you. I'm going back in the greenhouse. Hi kitty, it's our barn cat. Her name is Karma, and we got her from Prince George. She was wild as crap when we got her. They had to trap her in order to give her to us. But she'd been fixed. We wanted a fixed barn cat from the SPCA program. And she's so friendly now. That's the power of young children. My daughter decided she wanted to tame down that cat, and she fed her a little bit of goat milk every day. But for the first 2 months when we got her, you never even saw her. You saw a little white streak in the field, and I'm like, I wonder if that's that barn cat we brought. And sure enough, it was. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did in the fall. Now, I have no idea if these are going to root or not. But I had to trim my plum trees, and farmers, we hate to waste, don't we? So I just stuck them into the dirt. And right now they have leaves, so I don't know if that means they're alive or not alive, or getting roots or not getting roots. They have some little flowers too, not that those are going to become fruit or anything, but it just happened to be the part of the tree that I cut off. So I cut them off, stuck them in the ground. They were dormant all winter because, of course, this is a cool season greenhouse. So this stuff just started to wake up in the spring. It worked great. So we'll see. In the fall, I'll dig them up and see if they have roots. And I'll let you know.